What's up everyone, John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo here, and I want to give you a demonstration of the new HDR functionality built into iOS 4.1 for the iPhone 4. If you might remember, HDR stands for High Dynamic Range. Essentially it takes three pictures, one underexposed, one overexposed, and one normal, and combines them into one supposedly better looking image. This is not going to be present on the iPod Touch. Unfortunately, no matter what version of the software you have, HDR is not present there. But let's go ahead and see if it even makes a difference. Alright, so for our test subject, I am dog sitting, so please meet Betsy. She is a sleeping beagle who is going to be our subject. So first, you do have some new settings here. If you jump on into Settings, go to Photos, you'll see where it talks about the high dynamic range pictures. It tells you a little bit about what it does, blends the best part of three separate exposures into a single photo. Awesome or not awesome, we'll see. And you can choose to either keep the normal photo and the HDR or just keep the HDR. For this test, we're going to go ahead and keep the normal. So we'll go ahead and hop on into camera, and you're going to get a new option at the top that's going to say HDR on. That is letting you know that HDR is on. That doesn't mean turn it on. Sort of confusing. Alright, so there is Betsy. I'm going to go ahead and snap a picture in pretty normal light. It's going to take a bit longer than usual to take the image, so it's saving HDR. Let's go ahead and see if it made any sort of difference whatsoever. So there is the HDR image. That's not actually watermarked on the picture itself if you were to print it, just on your iPhone, so you can tell which one is the HDR. There's the HDR image, and there's the regular image. It looks a little bit better, not necessarily that much better. Let's try taking one more. So we'll go back to camera. I'm going to get up nice and close to Betsy and see if that's going to make a difference. Hi, Betsy. Okay, so that saved it. Let's go ahead and see if there's any sort of difference there. So there is the HDR image. It actually looks pretty good. And there's the regular image. This one you can actually see a difference in. You can see the different colorations on her fur, on her nose, pretty clearly. And seeing sort of the granular hairs on her head. On the regular image, you can still see a difference in the color on her muzzle, but it's not quite as vibrant, and you lose some of the resolution on the top of her head. Kind of interesting. I'll put both of these pictures up after the video so you can take a look, and you guys can decide about whether or not you think the HDR technology is going to be worth it for you or not. By comparison purposes, you saw how quickly the pictures, or how long it took to take the pictures with the HDR. It's much quicker with the HDR turned off. If you want to snap a quick image, you're going to want to turn that off. So I just turned it off. Take a picture of Betsy. Much faster. Anyway guys, stay tuned to see all those full images. I'm John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo, and say hi to Betsy because you may see her in a few more videos. Bye-bye.